How's it going, guys? Today, I'm going to be featuring the Kleber, the legendary tier French destroyer. Now, this week, actually today, the fourth wave of Azur content has dropped, and there are a bunch of commanders that were released just like the other waves. There was a specific commander that I was looking forward to, mainly because of her unique skills. And if you can look in the bottom left, you can see our main battery reload booster. Well, we have 4 charges. And thanks to Azur Lane Saint Louis, we can essentially be a gunboat and use our reload boosters to our heart's content. And ultimately, this frees us up to essentially target whatever ship we would like with our reload boosters. Previously, we would typically have to save them for destroyers, but then having 4 charges, well, we can use them against destroyers, broadside cruisers, broadside battleships, but ultimately we have the freedom to use the consumable whenever we like and not really have to worry about running out. Now, I know some of you may be thinking, well, Azur Lane Saint Louis is a cruiser commander, and you're right, it is for the French tech tree cruisers. However, I decided to throw it on the Kleber, mainly because I have access to the main battery reload booster consumables, and we do now have 4. Also, Azur Lane Saint Louis has access to go all out in the 3rd slot, so we can still be extremely stealthy and find and hunt down whatever destroyer we really want to. Now, I think the biggest concern for most players is the fact that we don't have access to Unstoppable, which is the legendary skill that would prevent our engine from getting incapacitated, or rudder. Well, I take that back. The engine and rudder do get incapacitated with Unstoppable. However, you do keep some of the power, so technically you're not going to be dead in the water with your engine incapacitated, or your rudder won't be locked in a direction and you can still maneuver. And since we don't have Unstoppable on Azur Lane Saint Louis, we are using fully packed to get another consumable, so we do have 4 main battery reload boosters and 3 engine boosts. Now, I think the biggest concern of not having Unstoppable is something I'm familiar with and fairly comfortable with. Previously, before when the Kleber and French destroyers only had 1 main battery reload booster, I would sometimes use the Universal Commander and throw on fully packed to get 2 reload boosters, so I'm fairly used to not having the skill Unstoppable, and it's fairly similar to my kid build where I go for consumables and ultimately have 3 defensive AAs. So you do really need to be careful with this build, trying not to overextend and then being dead in the water if your engine or rudder gets incapacitated. But the difference between this destroyer and most of the others, if you don't have Unstoppable, is the fact that you have Go All Out. Now, Go All Out doesn't really help you if your engine or rudder gets incapacitated. However, having Go All Out allows you to have a ridiculous concealment, allowing you to outspot any destroyer. And if you're able to outspot any destroyer, you can pretty much turn the engagement in your favor and really control that fight, which will allow you to simply reduce the chances of your engine or rudder being incapacitated and you being in a spot where you're pretty much going to die if that happens. I think this build might actually be my favorite for the Kleber, especially now that they've nerfed the torpedoes and put a little more focus on the main battery guns. I think being able to have multiple main battery reload boosters will help emphasize the role of the ship, which is to ambush other destroyers and other ships, and ultimately using your reload boosters to deal a lot of DPM. And then after you kill a destroyer or a broadside cruiser, you can disengage or continue to gunboat as you kite away. Ultimately, this build is extremely fun, and you can definitely do really well in it. Now, in this game, I don't think I actually go through all 4 main battery reload boosters, but that's just because the way the match played out, I didn't really have to, with a lot of the battleships from our flank running to the other side, and with us killing off 2 of their destroyers and then their 3rd dying early on. We didn't really have to use our reload boosters against destroyers, but we do still have a really good game. Anyway, that's pretty much all I have for you guys today in this video. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this game, and if you do, leave a like and subscribe for more, and share it with your friends, or leave a comment down below for other ships you want to see in the future. Actually, I also just got the Azur Lane New Jersey out of a crate, so I might have a video on that soon. But other than that, leave a comment down below on anything else you want to see. But until next time, aloha.
Des moteurs désactivés. À tous les bâtiments, demande d'appui-feu. Se termine dans 5 minutes. La victoire est à notre portée.